people involved. And we can deepen relationships with those we work with regularly, learning more about their context and goals and sharing our own. Another misunderstanding about negotiations is that either you get the results you want, whether that's a higher salary, a better deal, a more manageable workload, or you can preserve your relationship with the other person, your manager, a client, or a friend. People assume there's a choice to be made: drive a hard bargain or make a concession to preserve the relationship. But in most negotiations, you can do both: stand firm and maintain your relationships. In fact, becoming a more confident, consistent, and effective negotiator can improve your connections with others at work, something I write about in my second book, Getting Along: How to Work with Anyone, Even Difficult People. Rather than harming your relationships with those you frequently interact or negotiate with, you're likely to garner respect when people see you as someone who can make the case for a budget increase, close a deal with a customer, advocate for your own career development and pay, and resolve differences before they escalate into unhealthy conflicts. One important note: this book is not a primer or a step-by-step guide that takes you from preparation to closing the deal. If that's what you need, I highly recommend checking out the HBR Guide to Negotiating. Next Level Negotiating is a collection of some of our best articles and advice, selected to help anyone who is interested in understanding more about negotiation through a gender lens and supporting themselves or others in improving their skills in this area. We know from the podcast that this is something many of our listeners and readers want: to feel less awkward and more self-assured in asking for and getting what they want, whether they're resolving a conflict with a customer, convincing colleagues to change a policy, agreeing on a project budget, or settling on the specifics of a new job. The articles and interviews in this collection outline tactics that work, offer advice for putting them in practice, and provide guidance on what to do when you're struggling to get to a resolution, all while paying attention to the nuances of how gender affects how we're perceived and treated. There's also a specific section on negotiating jobs and raises, since that is one of the most common, and often most fraught, negotiations that we engage in. I'm guessing that you picked up this book because this is a skill you want to get better at, whether you already enjoy negotiating or dread it like I used to. No matter where you stand now, putting in the time and effort to get better at tough conversations will hone your interpersonal skills, improve your creative reasoning abilities, and ensure that you and your career move forward rather than stall out. I know this book will help, not just at work, but in your personal life as well.
Section 1. Prepare yourself. 1. How Women Can Get What They Want in a Negotiation, by Suzanne Deanish and Beth Cabrera. Tara, an MD PhD, who works for a large public university, contacted one of us, Suzanne, a few weeks after participating in a negotiation workshop she ran, wanting to share some positive news about successfully negotiating an 11% pay increase. A faculty member for 6 years, she had come to learn that she was not only underpaid, but also had a higher teaching and clinic load than others in her group. She, like many women, accepted her job offer without negotiating. How common is Tara's situation? Research suggests that 20% of women never negotiate at all. A woman who opts not to negotiate her starting salary upon graduation will forgo an average of $7,000 the first year and will lose between $650,000 and $1 million over the course of a 45-year career. Why would women leave money on the table? There are several factors. When selecting metaphors for the process of negotiation, men pick winning a ball game, while women pick going to the dentist. Expectations drive behavior. If women see negotiation as a chore, they either don't negotiate or do so in ways that can hurt the outcome. There is also the very real fear backed by research that negotiating may come